Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with the Transformers review of the Warrior class Starscream from the 2015 animated series Transformers: Robots in Disguise. Now, at the time of this recording, Starscream has yet to appear in the cartoon, and thus I'll be judging this release solely on its toy merit rather than a representation of the on-screen character. So what better place to start than the alt mode, which, like almost every iteration of Starscream, is a jet. And it's a good-looking jet, like really good-looking. It's got intense angles with long, sleek lines that give it a somewhat futuristic vibe. The profile is very compact, and the underside is well managed too. It's not the often expected robot with a jet on its back design that we're all used to. Painted details are minimal, though smartly applied, and in combination with the plastic colors, there's enough life to keep it from being bland. The square blocks underneath the wings and the gaps when viewed from the top can be considered small gripes, but with a silhouette as gorgeous as this, these are simple things to get over. Some have claimed Starscream seems to have been inspired by the iconic X-Wing design, though I personally get a Valkyrie vibe from the more recent Macross series. Regardless, this is one of the nicest jet transformers I've seen in a while. The toy includes two laser cannons painted in a shiny gunmetal. They peg in on the tips of each of the wings and give the jet that little extra detail. While Starscream doesn't have proper landing gear, there are some nubs on the underside that keep the whole thing upright and stable. Also, it's just a super fun toy to swoosh around. Transformation on the whole is relatively simple in concept. Basically, the legs extend outwards, the cockpit folds back, while the entire arm and shoulder assembly, along with the backpack, rotate upwards and then lock the torso in place. Again, it's simple, yet there's enough neat little engineering touches that make the whole process feel that little more satisfying. Smartly placed tabs and the auto-spiraling shoulder hinge are a few examples of these. The end result is a fairly clean-looking robot. Starscream's main body is quite thin in design, yet the huge cape-like wings give the illusion of a far more filled-out body. There's a lot of nice design elements throughout the figure too. I especially like his chest. Colors are also somewhat sparse in this mode, still I don't get the sense that anything important is missing. Mind you, the hollow backs of the legs may irritate some fans. The head sculpt is beautifully painted and detailed. Everything is sharp. I do wish he had more of a conniving expression though. With regards to his weapons, you can place them on his forearms like traditional null rays, or you can place them in his hands like a pair of pistols. Overall, this is a good-looking Starscream. Starscream's head can only swivel left and right. His entire torso lacks articulation. The shoulders are on universal joints, the elbows are on ball joints, and the wrists can hinge downwards due to transformation. The hips are on very loose ball joints. There's a thigh swivel, a hinge knee, and pivoting ankles. Posability isn't super elaborate, but I found that with the figure's lithe limbs, there's still plenty that can be achieved. I'll totally admit that I initially snubbed my nose at the Transformers Robots in Disguise toy line when it first appeared on shelves in 2015. I told myself that they were toys aimed at a far younger crowd and not for me. Nevertheless, I picked up Warrior Class Starscream on a whim, and I am so glad I did. For sure, it's far from perfect, and there's plenty of criticisms I could throw at it. Even so, it's just so fun to play with. And it all comes down to the fact that for me, Starscream nails the fundamentals of a great Transformers toy. It has two attractive and well-defined modes that are linked by a satisfying transformation that's accessible to fans of all ages. And that's it. I completely recommend Starscream to the TF fan who's got an open mind and is looking for something a little different. At the very least, it'll be a refreshing change of pace. But that's all for me. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next review.